Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming here today um, to the first of today's Prim Perfect talks at the Second Life 11th birthday community celebration. I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined here by two of my all-time favourite designers, Colleen of the Loft and Froukye Widdershins of Duchie. And I am never quite sure that I've said Froukye correctly.
You're getting closer every time. It's Vrouwtje Horenbeek.
Froukye.
Yeah,
I still love her furniture. And this, in fact, is her table, which you may have heard us discussing as we set up for this talk. And I'm going to start with you, Froukye, because this is part of a long, big project you've been working on, is it not? I'm hoping that suddenly we've got a cloudburst here and the rain is hammering down on my roof. I hope it's not going to interfere too much with my audio.
it sounds very cozy actually. Yeah, it's my latest release. I'm having another one tomorrow, but maybe later. I'm building a house. It's a large villa, and this is this is the dining room, and I've been working on it for over 2 years now, and I think it may be finished within 2.5 years. I hope.
What about releasing it at the Home and Garden Expo in September? Could we
Th-
make it there?
I think so. Yeah, but I'm also remodeling my real life house, and that is probably finished around the same time. So I'm working on houses in both worlds right now. It's very strange.
I can imagine. So, are you getting any inspiration for your second life home build from your first life, or is it vice versa? Are you doing things in your second life home and thinking, really should do this in real life?
You know the band The Bateau I made about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an iron cast bath. It's in the shape of a boat.
Mm-hmm.
I just have bought the same one in real life for my house because I can find a picture for you.
Okay, if you pass it to me, I can res it out for people.
Okay, I just send a link, I think.
Okay, just send a link and people can see it.
Okay, I will do.
But you've been working on the house as a total thing
I
for.
just pasted the real bath um, in the open chat. Sorry.
Okay, everyone can have a look at that. Oh, yes, wonderful.
And the one I made before that in Second Life.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm now repeating my Second Life in real life instead of the other way around. It's very surrealistic.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they do talk about this being one of the purposes why you might actually use Second Life to kind of model things in advance, like architects could model homes. And yeah, that is frighteningly similar. Is it the same size? Is it quite as big as the one you made?
No. The real life one is much smaller because real life animations are a lot more adaptable to sizes of baths than the Second Life animations. So yeah,
Yeah,
things are always a little bigger in Second Life.
yeah, it's a little larger than life.
Yeah.
So, Colleen, can I ask you what you're working on at the moment?
I am just putting together some items for an event coming up. Collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
The theme is like safari, which
Mm.
I love anything safari, and we have like the best looking leather couch I've seen in my life.
Oh, fantastic. That is bound to be very successful.
Yeah, I could probably do a picture also. Let me find one.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes.
But this wasn't I didn't create this one. I actually have two other designers at the Loft now.
Mm-hmm.
And it I had to do it so that I could have a break because I've just been like, for the first how many years I've had the Loft, it was just me and work, 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 and now I feel like I can have a breather, especially with a baby. I have to have a breather. So it was
Mm.
either neglecting my store or just getting rid of it altogether. So I
Oh,
invited two other designers to breathe life into it. And you've met Nadia, who's like
yes, I have.
amazing.
Mm.
Well, Nadia's little brother has joined us. So yeah, it's a
Right.
family affair.
So it's a family affair. Until, of course, you train up your own family, your boys and your little girl.
Yeah. Is your daughter going to step in your footsteps, Colleen?
I'm pretty sure my daughter could model right now. Like she sits on my lap. She sits on my lap
Oh,
while I model. I don't even know how I learned how to do that, but she spends most of it. I have two monitors, so I'm modeling on one monitor and she's watching Sesame Street on the other.
That puts a whole new spin on child minding, doesn't it, really?
It's a lot of fun.
It's a,
It's a lot of fun.
yeah,
So
yeah. And also,
until she until she presses a key. It's a lot of fun until she presses a key and changes something in Maya. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what did you do? So,
Control Z is your friend.
I
yeah,
love
it's
control
and here
set.
it is. That's just a preview of one of our items.
Oh,
Now, I remember you were talking. Wow, that's amazing.
that that's lovely. So, did Nadia make that, or
No,
the
her little
brother,
brother.
or
Yeah.
oh, her little brother? Oh,
Mhm.
nice. Really nice.
Yeah, I love the buckles on it, the way that the cushions are supported.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
pillows are great.
he's extremely talented. So I've kind of like I still model stuff,
Mm.
but I fall into I always it's no secret modeling is like the least favorite thing I can do ever. If I never have to do it again, it'll be great. So
Mm.
I still model, I still make my items, but I've fallen more into a creative director role.
Well, that's what happens. You get more senior and you tell other people what to do instead. Yeah.
I make well I don't put it like I make strong suggestions.
Firm recommendations, yes.
Yes. Strong recommendations. That's it.
So now I was talking to you, oh gosh, I think the back end of last year, and there was a murmur of a 1960s house. Has that gone any further, or is that on the back burner?
It's it's on the back burner a bit. I mean, I'd love to release it for the expo, for the home expo, but
Hmm.
we've all learned our lessons, houses and the home expo. It never quite works out.
It is a yeah. There's usually a couple of standouts every year.
Yeah.
That
Right now, I'm trying to push for that,
mm,
but I don't want to make any firm promises.
right.
But I'll release it at some time because it's always been my dream. I love that era.
Mm,
I love mid-century modern furniture. I just
mm.
love that period. So I absolutely have to do it.
And I think TV programs like Mad Men has actually kind of given it an impetus, hasn't it?
It probably I've never seen an episode of Mad Men.
No?
I know.
Really? I have
Look
seen
at that.
every episode of Batman.
Yeah, me too. We are
Oh,
total fans of it.
yeah.
I've never seen Mad Men. I've just always loved that. When I got into interior design at school,
Hmm.
that was the period I would go to. I just love that period. So
It is. It is beautiful. It's very stylish. I don't know if you saw um, this was never for sale. It was actually a recreation of the case study homes that Painter Merriman did, which was 60s style. The case study homes were built, they were mid-century. They were built kind of between, I think, 1948 and 1960 something, by a group of architects on the west coast of America. And they were meant to be design ideas for housing that could be used for returning servicemen and their families, that sort of thing, originally. And it was using materials creatively, but it made for a very kind of stylish look, all by different designers, like Eames was one of them. And Painter Merriman recreated one of these, and gosh, you just wanted to wander around holding a martini. You really did. You know, in one of those black dresses with the white belt and the sticky out skirt. So I just love it. I love that.
I've seen that house.
Kind of feel. In real life?
No, I saw Painters.
All right, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, and the kind of the patio and everything. But it's an aesthetic that I love. So anyway,
my neighbor had growing up, and you would think that you wouldn't find it in a place like because I grew up in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't move to the US until I was like late in my 20s, but my neighbor had a mid-century home, and I would always look at it like growing up because I passed by it every day. You know, that same low-looking house. Actually, several people in the Caribbean had mid-century homes, so. When I think of it now, I'm like, what a strange place to have. You would never think that you would see mid-century homes in the Caribbean, but they were there.
That's interesting. I guess kind of new prosperity, and people built homes a bit like people in Ireland built new homes and just abandoned all the old traditional Irish cottages in the 1980s and 90s, and the cottages are falling into disrepair, and everyone's living in, you know, very plush modern bungalows.
And it's important to note that well, not important, but it's interesting that the person who had my neighbor who had the mid-century house was an architect. So
yes, more becomes clear.
Yeah.
So what are you working on at the moment? I mean, you know, these are long-range plans. Colleen, are you actually working on anything practical, or are you just concentrating on creative design?
I actually am working. I'm actually working on a bedroom right now to release on the 1st. Yeah. I'm actually doing and I've been promising a bedroom for the longest while, and I actually started like months and months ago, but my animations have gotten to the point where I add so much, like I want to include everybody. So I have to add, you know, stuff for the freaky deaky. And then I have to add stuff. You know, I have versions where it's like a family bed where, you know, for the family role players, they can get into it too. I mean, you know, with kids and stuff like that, adding animations for family and adding animations for singles, and it gets really complicated, but
animations for singles.
Well, yeah, I mean,
do animations for singles.
You know what I mean? Like you have to include everyone. Like
yeah, I mean, singles might read in bed, they might watch TV in bed, they might sleep in bed.
Yes, possible.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. A bedroom. So.
Right, and you're working on a living room at the moment.
Yes, bedroom and a living room, and thinking about rebuilding my store, because right now we have like a box in the sky that's we ran out of space. Well, the box was just temporary anyway, so right now we're trying to rebuild the store.
That's quite an undertaking with the loft. You've got so much.
But you know what? I've deleted like so much stuff because I don't like to see older stuff. So
Mm.
I've deleted anything with us that uses a sculpt. I've deleted.
Really? So you're
Yeah.
totally mesh now?
Right. I have like older sculpt stuff in the discount section, but they won't last very long. I'm going
I,
to delete them really soon.
I
You,
did the same. I discounted the mesh of the sculpts,
mm-hmm.
and they're almost all gone. There are like 5 things left or something that are sculpts.
Right.
And the rest is all mesh.
Yeah.
But it's so weird, you know. I've worked so hard on this collection, and now
Mm.
we're going to Second Life 2.0.
Yes, I want to talk to you a bit about that.
Okay, I'm only thinking one thing. I have
Yeah.
almost 100,000 animations in my inventory. I
I have
need
a lot
those.
too.
And
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
these are so important for what I make. I mean, I
Mm.
can make everything, but if I can't take the animations with me,
Mm.
um, this has been on my mind since we heard about
Mm.
the new world.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. It is hard to build up your animation store. And it's expensive. Not just hard, it's pricey, you
Mm.
know? I
Mm.
can't even imagine the amount of money I've spent on animations over the years. So,
And
Because you pay for them, you have to pay for them full perm, presumably.
right. And so
yeah,
you pay a premium to have them full perm. So it's
but
hard building that up again.
I don't mind paying again, but I've worked 7 years on building a collection, and I think I have every good animation in Second Life. Um, if we go to another world and I can't take them with me,
Mm.
um, that all has to be created again. And I think when the toss changed, this was one of the things the Lindens had in mind, that
Yes.
um, my furniture is filled with animations made by other people, and we should be able to uh, um, bring that to another world in its completion. But what if I can't get the um, what
Animators
if they
permission.
don't agree?
Mm.
What if the animation maker already left Second Life and I can't ask him, is it okay if I bring your animation with me?
Yeah.
All my engines will be broken. And if
Mhm.
my engines don't come with me, I don't think uh, all of Second Life will come.
Yeah. This is very true. And it's something we did wonder about, didn't we? It was something we did wonder about, wasn't it, when we talked about the terms of service?
Yeah, we
I,
talked then about these things
mm,
already. Yeah.
I mean, at the moment we know very little. For example, we don't even know if they're aiming to have adult content in the new version.
Well, he said somewhere in a tweet something about 3 levels, and he specifically mentions PG, mature, and the A of
Oh,
adults.
that's
So,
excellent.
and
Yes,
sorry, but if you think you can have a Second Life 2.0 without the
add
adult
it.
part,
Yeah.
Second Life 1.0 will outlive the 2.0.
Yeah.
But before we even say Second Life 2.0, from my understanding, it's a totally different virtual world. I mean,
Mm.
this old Second Life is not going to be closing.
No, no, definitely not. It's going to
No.
Right.
But we want to have content in the new one,
yeah.
Well,
right?
right. But who is to say everything and it will even be able to match? Who's to say the avatars will match? Who's to say?
That's the if because the skeleton,
Mm.
Right.
if that matches, we can pretty easily transfer animations and stuff to the next world.
Right.
That
But
would
who's
be
to say that would match? Who's to say they won't build a brand
well.
new
Why
skeleton?
don't we? Why don't us, the creators of Second Life, the ones that obviously know what the people inside want,
Mm.
why don't we say, "Hey, Linden Lab, talk to us, give us 27 joints."
Will that be enough?
It would be nice if they used meshes and not another technique of building the furniture and stuff. And that would be. Then we can easily recreate things. It will not be the same, and we have to change things. But yeah, I want the skeletons to be the same so bad, really.
Right. I just want lip sync. If you don't have lip sync, you're going to kill the whole film industry before you even start.
I want real-time facial expressions projected on the avatars' faces.
Yes.
This is what I want. And not, because animations you still need to play because you want to look elegant while you're sitting as a beanbag behind your computer. But the face, that you smile when you really smile or really look annoyed or, well...
Without playing those ghastly set animations that we have at the moment.
Yeah, I almost use none of those.
I've appeared on TV shows where they ask you to put the smile on, and I just cringe. I'm thinking, no, I hate it. No. Let Saffia just have her expression of gentle interest. That's perfectly good. Froukye will be back in a minute. In the meantime, yes, the new world and what we're going to do with it.
I'm excited for it. I have to say I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what they can bring with whatever new technology, whatever new engine they're going to be using to run it. Because I feel like they've done all they can with Second Life. It's old, the scripting is old or whatever. So I'm excited. I'm super excited. And if I have to buy all new animations again, then so be it. If I don't have a choice, I'll just have to do it and I'll just have to deal.
But you're intending to keep the Loft going as long as possible here in Second Life, I'm presuming.
Absolutely. I can't just see. It'll be hard to just be like, okay, bye. Delete. See ya over in the new world. No, I would keep it open until the wheels fall off of this train.
I don't seem to have any voice now. I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, be right back. Going to try again.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay. So yes, I mean, I think it's really encouraging that both of you have been talking here about your plans and your innovations for Second Life and what you're planning on doing here. Because there's been a lot of panic out there about, oh my God, I'm going to lose all my inventory. I can't bear it. I can't bear it. And, the sky is falling in and all that sort of stuff.
No, not at all. I have not had one moment of panic. Even when I think about losing all my animations, I don't know. I'm just still excited about it.
Well, this is fantastic. Yes, because creators who want to innovate and go over, I think, are going to be in huge demand. But it's also important that creators stay here and
absolutely
and carry on creating and build new things and keep the economy thriving here. The last thing we want is to lose Second Life.
I will stay here because it's familiar, because I know it already. I'm not seeing the Loft like moving, completely closing shop here and moving. I'm excited for the new world because they've had a lot of experience with this Second Life, with Second Life 1.0. They've had a lot of experience. They know what to do. They know what not to do. So I'm excited about that. Like, let me see what you can do now that you've had all this trial and error. Let me see what you can do with, a new platform. So I can't wait. I hope it goes off, the launch and everything goes off without a hitch because, they're promising 2016, but I hope it really comes off in 2016 and, 2018 we're not still waiting because then I'll be like, okay, bye.
Right. I would give it a few minutes, Froukye, because I haven't seen you res. You're very grey at the moment. It'll probably take you, because this is pretty busy over here. I can see you've got a dot now.
I see that clearly.
Yay, I have a dot.
Okay.
Now what?
Can people hear you now?
Yeah?
Are you middle mouse? You need to
Yeah.
middle. Oh,
Yay.
yay!
Sorry, guys.
Now let's redo everything we said before.
Yay.
Yeah. How much did you? What was the last thing you heard her say?
I don't know. Animations. I just think animations. I don't mind buying everything again, but I need animations for my stuff.
Okay.
So I'm hoping for the same skeleton. That's
Yes, because you have a lot of really complex animations doing a lot of really complex things, she says delicately.
Complex things, yeah.
yeah, I love that. I love the puzzling and the creating of a menu and order, and you go from nice and sweet to more passionate. Or in the case of this table, you don't have to think. You can role play a whole dinner without having to do anything.
Or you can have a meeting as we are. We're using the meeting table mode at the moment.
Yeah, it's really nice because there's right, here it is. There's a talk animation in it. And this is how I talk in real life with my hands. I'm sitting behind the PC now and my hands are flying in front of the. But it gives it all more realism, and you can participate more and interact more. And that's what I really aim for, that you. In this case, there are animations that you're bored or that you disagree with how things are going, or
it's wonderful, yes. Or you can just be observant.
I'm gonna need a flipping table animation. Because sometimes I'm somewhere and I don't agree with something, and I just want to flip a table.
Oh, but there's one where you can bounce on the table. At a mail, there's disagree. Wait, let me do it. It's really fun. It's like, see, I'm bouncing on the table. And...
Yes, you can stamp your disapproval of something. Yeah. I like the fact that only men pound the table. Women, when you disagree, actually kind of turn away. No,
it's what we do, isn't it?
It is,
Because you and I now look like we're having an argument. This is typical women's thing. I'm now saying to Colleen, see that bitch there.
And I'm just like, not listening.
And I'm just like, you know what? That's between you two. I'm just having my coffee. Just let me be.
So we can. It's lovely. It's got a whole range of moods, and the dinner is fantastic. It goes on. You've got a whole range of courses with a whole choice of meals, haven't you?
Did you see my video?
I did. Your video is wonderful. Shall we point people at your video?
Yeah. No, it was so much fun. I needed 8 actors because you cannot film and accept all the utensils and such. So I had 8 volunteers from Plurk. Or I had 16 or something, but to get 8 people online at the same time, it's like it's almost impossible to do.
Yeah, that's an undertaking.
It really is.
But it was fun. I want to make more videos, and I see other creators do it now too. I have pasted the link in the chat. I see other creators do it now too, make videos of their creations.
I wanted to ask you a bit about that. Because what do you use to do your filming? Do you film in fraps?
Yeah, it's really easy. But there are really strange things going on behind us.
They're setting up
Yeah,
for
I
the
noticed
next
that.
talk, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Fraps and then Windows Movie Maker. Because in this case, I added some pens and stuff, the movements later in Movie Maker.
Mhm. So you just use Windows Movie Maker?
Yeah, it's really easy and you can do a lot with it.
That's interesting.
I'm an amateur, so there's probably better stuff out there, but you can do this with that.
And we've got the link to the video so you can see the results. Yes,
Thank you, Lias.
yes, the dinner table is wonderful, and I love the way how important to both of you now has materials become.
Not so much, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
not
that.
really so well done in Second Life. You can go for wet. That's pretty much your only option.
I don't use it a lot when I'm using fabric because who wants shiny fabric? You know, if you make a sofa, I see creators with a sofa, you turn on a certain light and then your sofa looks like plastic. So with yeah,
Latex,
with
yeah.
latex. Yeah, and I'm like, there's a time and place for this. Not in the family living room. So I don't use it that much in fabric. For wood, yeah, I use it a bit, but I'm very likely
I look
because
forward to what we can do in the new world with that. It should be better.
That should be interesting.
but
Yes.
it's nice when your lighting will like falls on something with material. I mean that's nice, but I mean let's be honest, not a lot of people walk around with heavy lighting on and stuff like that on.
So
It's nice if you can control the lighting, lighting. Like above this table, I had two lamps and candles for the video, so that gave just the right amount of shining. But if you have a very bright light on it, it's probably too much, really fast.
have you seen Kyle Matsurath's dream scene, the atelier?
No, should I?
Yes, he's done some really interesting things with lighting there. Hang on, I've got a blog post about it. Let me, because I was really struck how he'd done it. Let me see if I can find it for you. Okay, so this is an example of how he's done it. He's got this complete, he builds these skyboxes, the dream scenes.
Yeah.
His latest one is kind of like a bohemian garret, packed with all sorts of stuff. It's very nice, and 256 prims. With all the detailed stuff, and there you can see how he's done. That's a candle without the advanced lighting model, and then you can see the candle with the advanced lighting model.
Okay, I'll be sure to check that out. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's worth going and taking a look because he's kind of. And there's another example, which I turned into a jigsaw because that's what I do.
Thank you.
And this one shows how it looks with the candle lit and the candle unlit, and and then without materials.
I love his work. He's so creative, and
I think it's interesting how he's got, an effect when you turn it on and an effect when you turn it off, and then.
Nice.
And that's the part I love about materials.
Yes, you can do things like that.
But again, like light usage.
Mm. Now we're coming up to the top of the hour, sadly, and we'll have to go, as we can
Oh,
see they're building a big stage set down there. Well, I'm going to ask you two to come back because we have regular talks in the Prim Perfect offices. We've actually got a little room, well, no, a big room there for
okay.
talks, and I would love you two to come back and talk some more because I don't think we've covered everything. It's just fun to sit and chat about this stuff.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
and it's nice to get people who'll come and listen to all this because, I think it's great for people to find out what goes into it. Yes, tea party chat, and I'm sure we can lay on a really good tea.
Thank you for. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, so does the audience have any questions? If anyone wants to ask anything before we wrap up.
I like how she makes hearts when she talks. Very cute. No questions at all.
No questions at all. I can see Natalie typing. She's round the side.
Oh, okay.
So maybe she's just saying thank you, but hopefully she's got a question.
She's in voice.
Oh, she's been typing for half an hour. Okay.
Oh,
We can't actually hear questions in voice. You would actually need to type them to us, I'm afraid. Ah. Okay, sorry.
okay. Well, you have all the attention now, Natalie.
The whole audience swings and turns and looks at you.
Okay, nice outfit.
Yes, very nice. Okay, well, I'd really like to thank my guests for coming today. Colleen, who got up early, specially, and has, I don't know, plugged her daughter into Sesame Street or.
No, I actually get up really early already. I just the mornings is usually about her. It's all about her. So
Yeah.
Ah,
And Frauke, she says, trying to get it right this time.
Froukje.
Froukje,
Froukje,
Froukje.
Froukje, Froukje.
I finally got
I
it.
think I'm going to need a little post-it note stuck. Frau right.
Froukje.
Froukje. I'm so bad. I am so bad. Um, I'd like to thank you very much for coming, and I'd also like you to thank you for this lovely table because it is absolutely gorgeous.
I hope it's
Really
especially
big.
made for you, the whole
Thank you.
presentation part.
Thank you. And it's just perfect. And I love the animations.